Hey, been joined again by Richie. He's going to give us an update on how things are going his side. Richie, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Right, couple of questions. We'll start off with obviously the congratulations of making the Olympic squad.
Thank you.
Now, it was quite an unusual way to qualify in that you did everything you could, the team did everything they could, but you still weren't actually qualified. You still weren't going to London. So could you give us a quick description of how that came about and what you were expecting sort of from the Olympic squad?
So we go through the continental qualification system. Obviously we sent a team of 6 that had to go through the Oceanias in Samoa. We qualified a spot there, we came 4th overall, and we qualified 1 spot, which is the quota amount. From there, even though I'd met a number of criteria that New Zealand weightlifting has set, it goes to the New Zealand Olympic Committee. And in New Zealand, it's quite a privilege to represent your country at the Olympics, so they set quite high standards. Basically, you have to produce the ability to place in the top 16 at the Olympics. So they'll look at current performances, world rankings, and then also the scenario of the Olympics. Obviously, there's not everybody can go to the Olympics, so they'll look at, okay, you might be ranked mid-20s in the world, but it's likely that you're going to place higher in the Olympics because of the smaller amount. So they look at that, and then they go through the process of officially selecting you to the New Zealand team.
Good. So give us how the day went that you received the call. I mean, did you get it early? Was it playing in your mind all day? Did you know it was coming that day?
No, I kind of had to wait out quite a bit, so I didn't know when I was going to get the call. It was sort of about a week after I'd come back from Samoa. Kieran Smith, who's the head of the NZOC, basically gave me a call. She left a message on my cell phone because I didn't answer because I was training, and I gave her a call back, and she congratulated me and said, well done on your performances this year, and you've demonstrated that you're in good shape, and we welcome you to the New Zealand team, and we're looking forward to having you in London with us. So.
Such a relief. So you're off to Finland next week?
Yes, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. I remember you saying you don't travel very well.
No, so yeah, that's why I'm flying up to Finland to get into the time zone, the European time zone, because we're on basically the other side of the world, so about 12 hours, so difference. So get up there early and that first week of travel really hurts. Like I get up there and basically you don't feel right for at least 7 days. So get that out of the way, and then I can have a good following 3 weeks build up for my competition.
And what is the plan for Finland?
So I'm going into a place called Tampere. I've trained there before.
Good pronunciation.
So it's in sort of southern Finland. It's Finland's largest inland city. I've got a couple of friends there which train at Nasooli. So I'm joining up with them to train. They're taking some time off work to train with me, so nice. It's great. It's really good of them. And then there's also plans of going to a place called Virtamaki, which is sort of a sports institute, and doing a training camp, and they've got a few of their national lifters going to go there and train. So that'd be a good environment to be around. Change of environment from where I am. I can focus on myself and not have to worry about coaching you guys in the mornings. And
get sleep.
I can have a bit more sleep and not so stressful. So plan is to get my body feeling good and the focus on myself and ramp my results up a little bit.
And again, from the last interview, you touched on your structure. You do a 2 weeks on, 1 week off.
Yeah.
Will it be the same, or will it be a more volume-based 3 weeks?
Well, I've just finished 2 kind of heavy weeks. I've introduced a lot more pulls, so I was doing pulls on my off days, as well as I'd do a snatch and clean and jerk session Monday and Wednesday, and then I'd throw pulls on the end of each thing. So I'd go snatch to say 150, and then I'll do snatch pulls to 170, clean jerk to sort of 170 at the moment, and clean pulls to 200. So I just I don't hit big numbers with my Olympic lifts at the moment, but I just ramp it up with the pulls and the volume in the squats. Next week I have a light week, so then I bring down the volume in the squats. I might keep a couple of heavy pulls going, but not so much volume, just to feel it off the ground. And then basically I'll ramp it. I'll bring it right back in terms of volume and just peak my condition with my Olympic lifts. So a lot of heavy Olympic attempts over the next sort of coming 4 weeks.
Yeah. And after Finland, you're off to London. How long is it before you compete that you land in London?
So I fly in on the 22nd, and then I compete on the 3rd of August. So it's a bit of time. It's about 11, 12 days.
Yeah.
So it's vital to get in and settle in the Olympic Village. It can. My first Olympics, it was quite overwhelming.
Yeah.
When you first go into Olympic Village, it's good that I'm going, and this is my second one, and I know what to expect and how to just go about my trainings and settle in and just take it in my stride now. And I think I'm better situated this time around to just focus on that. And, I'm there for a weightlifting competition, not for the whole hoo-ha.
Yeah, exactly.
Olympics, so.
And again, back to what you touched on last time, you said you performed best in the week back after a light week.
Yeah.
Is it going to be something, that was your build up to the Oceanas, so excuse me, is it going to be something similar for that week, or do you approach that week differently leading into that?
I'll just exactly the same, normal competition for me. I'm trying to replicate what I did well in my last comp here in Auckland, which is where I did 155, 190, which was a pretty reasonably heavy week leading into that competition. So I'll have a light week the week before that, and then that week off I will go to probably maybe first attempts or opening weights. Then on the Wednesday I'll go to last warm-up weights, and then on the Friday when I compete, obviously I'll warm up. Even my warm-ups, I almost go above and beyond what I'll open on in the competition. So if I'm opening on 150, I might try snatch 155 in the warm-up and then go back out.
And then go back out.
So it's kind of like, it feels like a drop set. It feels easy, and it goes out, gives you confidence.
Yeah. And you compete. The timings is 10 a.m. Is that right?
Yeah.
That morning. How do you usually prepare for a competition so early? Because you have to weigh in and you time to refuel and stuff, and you have to get up and get to the venue. So
it's quite good actually. 10 a.m. is because you got the 8 to 9 weigh-in. So we have to drop body weight for that. So it suits me when you have to drop body weight with an earlier competition. At the same time, I'll wake up maybe a little bit earlier, check my body weight. I'll go down, have a stretch. I'll probably have a broomstick in my bedroom and do some light broomstick work to just get the body moving, and then just focus on the competition that morning. So it's quite good. It gets the competition. You're not sitting around all day waiting for it and nothing to do. It's just straight in there and get the job done.
Yeah. And finally, we'll let you get back to training. This could be a deep question. Your lessons you've learned from weightlifting, not necessarily just technical things or weightlifting things, but things in general, that life things, I suppose. I mean, the reason I ask is because this morning you made the point that after sort of 2 heavy weeks and a very heavy week of pulls this week, that you put numbers in our program for to give us something, a mindset to go in to train this morning. And that was sort of something that kind of stuck out for me this morning, was that mental challenge. Because it's not just weightlifting, I suppose. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, it's just throwing weights above your head and stuff, but it teaches you a little bit more than that. So, is there anything that you've learnt, or you've...
Oh, there's many things you learn from weightlifting. I've got a mentor, Tony Ebert, who went to Munich Olympics and won Commonwealth gold in 1974, and he's a very successful businessman, and he's constantly sitting me down and going, everything you're doing with weightlifting is preparing you for life. Planning, preparation, hard work, commitment, drive. So there's lots of aspects that you're turning up for weightlifting, but you're building yourself for your future as well. I don't know, there's lots of things you learn from weightlifting.
That was just that, because that was one thing that stuck out this morning, was just the mental challenge of trying to overcome. Yeah,
it's learning to take things in your stride, and when things don't go well, to step back and look at why didn't things go well and make changes. So always looking at a positive out of things, and that's what I try, especially with you guys. Like this morning, you guys were a little tired, and I could see that with your training, and I've
Sorry, go
basically
ahead.
thrashed you. So yeah, like this morning, you guys were doing like you're missing a few weights,
Yeah.
and I knew that was going to happen this week. I set you some targets. You guys couldn't hit them this morning, so then I stepped back and I explained what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't expecting you guys to hit
Yeah.
PBs after a week of training like that,
Yeah.
but I'll throw that down on the paper just to make you come in here this morning and focus on it. If I said, look, we don't need to do big weights today because
Yeah.
you're tired and stuff, you might come in a little bit blasé and like, okay, I don't have to hit big weights. But you came in nice and focused, and but then I explained afterwards, like, look, this is the scenario that was always going to
Yeah.
happen. So
Yeah.
I took you back. You were missing a few lifts, but then at the end of it, you're going, okay, I understand, and I'll step back and I'll take something from this that I'm still coming in and trying really hard and attempting these weights, even though I'm sore. So you can take a positive out of this rather than going away and going,
Yeah.
that was crap training.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's the end. Thanks very much, and I think from personal note, I obviously wish you all the best in London
And you?
and in Finland, and I'm sure everybody else listening will also wish you good luck. That's it. Thanks to Richie again. I'm sure you'll all be watching. We certainly will be over here. Let us know what you think. Bye.